What is up, Ravens Flock? Huge shout out for your support for the 410 Sports Talk. James and Glenn are the best in the business. They're killing it right now. They love talking Raven talk. Make sure you go subscribe to their channel. Let's go Ravens. Big trust.
All right, welcome in everybody to another episode of 410 Sports Talk. We are coming to you live. I'm Glenn Martin. Here is James Haskell. Not live, but we're coming to you while the draft is live.
That's
Currently, right. The 93rd pick is on the board, so Buffalo is on the clock right now. Of course, Baltimore is picking right after them at 94. We wanted to give you our live, instant, real reaction to the pick. And, man, this has been a tough, long night waiting to the first pick for the Ravens. Jimbo, how have you been dealing with this long wait?
Yeah, I tell you what, it's really hard for me to watch guys come off the board, Creed Humphrey, Landon Dickerson, Tevin Jenkins. I mean, the list goes on and on, even Terrace Marshall, even though we already got Rashad Bateman. Just watching, it's been difficult. It's been a real up and down watching guys come off the board that we've spent time looking at that we know would look good in purple and black. So it's been a struggle. I can only imagine how hard it's been for Eric DeCosta and the front office to sit there with 60 some odd picks. I tell you what, Oweh better pan out. Oweh better dang well pan out.
Look out for our video that we're going to do specifically on Oweh because I did a deep dive into this man after, admittedly I watched some tape on him, but I didn't watch enough because I just did not think the Ravens would select a guy with such low sack production at the edge position. When you look at who they selected in the first round at the edge position in years past, you're talking Terrell Suggs, you're talking Peter Boulware. So it's not a very big list as first round edges, and typically they are ultra successful. But we're not here to talk about Jason Oweh.
So this is the question, Glenn. Where do you see what as far as your big board goes, or guys in your mind that you still see on the board? Where are you at as far as who you want them to target? Because you know where my heart's at.
I know
Miners all the way.
Man, I tell you what, I would not be mad at all to see that. I think they have to address the offensive line with this pick.
Stone Forsythe might be another one. The big
if you want to go tackle,
Florida.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys that we thought might be able to get to this point. I know I liked Kendrick Green, the guard center. And I think he ended up going to Pittsburgh, which I did not like seeing that one bit. I loved his positional versatility. I know Ben Cleveland's out there from Georgia, the other guard. There's some guys out there, but, at this point, all of them are going to come with some holes in their game. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that the struggle is going to be for them to pass on an edge guy because I'm seeing some edge guys out there like Cam Sample, who – even though they added Oweh, and there's some reports that they're still targeting Justin Houston when they come back. I'm looking at Patrick Johnson. I'm looking at Cam Sample. There's quite a few edge guys out there that could be just too
good to pass up on.
Yeah, and they could be looking at later on in the draft. But I'm really hoping. I mean, I look around the league and I see what the Chiefs are building on their offensive line, getting Creed Humphrey, trading for Orlando Brown, getting Kyle Long out of retirement, getting the other the doctor who retired last year to go help patients. He's coming back at the other guard spot. They're building in the trenches, Jimbo, and. I mean, even the Steelers. I know they went with skill positions with Najee and with Pat Freiermuth, but then they addressed the interior, and with getting a favorite of mine in Kendrick Green. I need to see him start building a wall in front of Lamar Jackson
because that's the biggest thing, right? And so like if you guys were with us in the live session, I think that at the end of the night, once I had some time to decompress, it wasn't that I wasn't. I mean, obviously I wasn't excited with Oweh, and I hope that I'm wrong. You know that, like more than anything, I would much rather be wrong and the Ravens be good and him be a rock star pick than the opposite. I'm not that staunch. The pick is in right now with the Ravens, by the way. And this is pick number 94. But I just want to say this real quick. Lamar Jackson felt uncomfortable last year, and you can see it in his body language. You can see it in his demeanor. If we do not make Lamar Jackson comfortable in the pocket, we are a very vulnerable football team. We need to do that.
You know what's interesting?
And
Jimbo,
Mel's talking about it right now, how the O-line is most important right now.
And he doesn't have tackle listed as the top, as even in his top 4 needs, but he has guard and center.
Right.
And I don't know what he's looking at the tackle position, but if he thinks that Phillips is the answer, or Villanueva.
Right.
I mean, I hope he's right, but I'm not sold on those guys being the permanent answer at right tackle, at least to this point.
Yeah, you know who else I thought was going to be here that was off the radar? I thought Milton from La Tech was going to be here. He got snatched up. I don't remember who it was by, but
it was by Philly, and it was an interesting reaction. I don't know if you caught. Did you catch that little reaction between there was the senior scout? You know, they all go around in the war rooms and they're dapping each other up. Well, he went over to Roseman. He went over to Howie Roseman, and Howie like kind of gave him a hesitant fist pump, and then he's like, "What's wrong?" And he looked like they didn't have any audio, but he looked not happy with the pick that they just turned in. So that was kind of an interesting little peek there. So all right,
you see who this is? Oh, Jacoby, baby.
Is Jacoby out there? That is so cool, man. They look excited. So I'm seeing we're getting a peek into the war room right now. The draft
you're behind me, dude.
Well, don't ruin it for me, okay? Now let me
all right, you know. You let me know when Jacoby's at the podium. I paused it.
All right, thank you, because I see Jacoby. He's dapping people up. Yeah, see, that's what I want. That's how I want to look right there at work. I want to stop, lay off the dress shoes, and I want to have some fresh sneakers under my suit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Them dress shoes
when
are hurting my feet.
When you can pull that off, you let me know, because I don't think I can pull that one off.
Oh, you can definitely do it, Jimbo. Don't. All right, now he's at the podium. Shout out to Jacoby too. Legend in Baltimore for what he brought to the Ravens. Man, this is exciting.
Do you got audio on?
No, I don't. I didn't want to ruin it. Let's see. I'm turn it up. Oh, we're exactly synced.
That's insane.
I just heard it. Yes. Yep. Okay. I just brought him up. We addressed the position at guard.
All right. We'll take
Ben Cleveland. So let me just
give us some insight into old Benjamin from
Ben Cleveland. First of all, he's 6'6". He's 335 pounds.
So he is a mountain of a man.
And he's listed. The first sentence I see is he was impenetrable in pass protection over the course of his career. He only had 13 pressures allowed across 600 pass blocking snaps in the past 3 seasons.
Wow.
So that right there, you're talking about wanting to build some confidence, in that offensive line for Lamar. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, but the one thing I will say is in the plays I'm watching, it looks like he lines up a lot at right guard. Now, do you think it's easier to interchange between right and left than it is tackle? I'm assuming it is. But I mean, he's definitely laying the wood on people.
Goodness,
but
look how big he is.
Yeah, it's interesting though. I mean, I guess they're assuming he's going to slide in, right? Or I don't know if they're talking about transitioning him to, potentially a center, giving him a shot. I just don't know. But it's interesting to me that he's a right guard because we have Zeitler.
Well, then the fact that he's a guard, period, does that give you a little more hope that Bozeman is going to get a good look at center?
That's a real interesting one to me. Whew, but either way,
let me tell you a little more about him.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. Cleveland, it says that he is an enormous human being without much fat hanging off him. So at 335 pounds, he don't have a lot of baby fat on him. So I like hearing that. He's a bully. He will not be overpowered, is what they're saying, according to PFF. It says he moves far better than the 335 or 330 pound frame that he's carrying, and he has the typical bully mentality on the offensive line. If he sees a guy on the ground, he's going to try and bury that man and attack him and just make him miserable. And I know you like hearing guys that are nasty on the O-line.
Oh, let me tell you this. Just in the few highlights that we're hearing on ESPN, he looks thrilled to be an offensive lineman. I mean, absolutely just having the time of his life, like you were talking about burying people. And the other thing I'll say to your point, it's a great assessment that there was a couple plays where they showed him pulling, which is important for us because if I'm not mistaken, we pull the most, right?
Yeah, we pull the most. Yep, absolutely.
And so
he's seen a lot of right tackle, Jimbo.
A lot of right tackle with this guy?
I've been seeing last 3 plays, he was at right tackle. Yeah, I agree. The first few, but look, that's 4 plays in a row. I got him at right tackle.
Now they have the Notre Dame guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jesus.
It's 11:15, guys.
It's late,
been a
Jimbo.
long
I looked away
day.
for a second and they switched it.
I was about to say, wait a second.
But here's a funny little tidbit. Apparently, he's always been so big that at 13 years old, when he was playing baseball, they asked him to prove his age by bringing in his birth certificate.
Oh my gosh!
And he had a play where he had he had a play at the plate, and he knocked the opposing catcher out cold in a home plate collision playing under 14 baseball.
Oh, geez. Well, look, I think that just watching him, he has the demeanor of a Raven.
Mm-hmm.
He's excited to block. He's a willing participant in the run game, and I think he gets thrilled. He'll be thrilled in this offense to lay the wood on some guys. So I like the pick.
Mm-hmm.
There'll have to be some positional versatility. If they have him lined up a lot at right guard, he has to have expressed willingness and experience at left guard, maybe center. It'll be interesting to see.
I see. He played 100% at right guard.
Right guard, right. So they had to have at least had that conversation, right? Because they're not signing Zeitler to sit him or change his position.
Has Zeitler played anything other than right guard in his career? I've always looked at him as a right guard, but I'm going to look up now to see if he has done anything at the left guard position. No, he has not. So he's been strictly a right guard.
They picked him around. Let me see here. I wonder, what did we take Ben Bredesen at last year?
I think he was in round 4. I'm not exactly sure the pick, but I believe he was a round 4 guy. And the funny
he was the 143rd pick. So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the funny thing about him is, monster in the run game, but I mean, if you just look at the grades and all that, he has been outstanding as a pass blocker. I mean, he had 86.2 pass block grade according to PFF, which is one of the highest, I've seen when looking over players. Now, admittedly, this isn't a guy I studied a lot of tape on, so which is why I'm relying on other people's scout. Now, of course, now that he's a Raven, I'll be making sure I do that to give a more thorough breakdown of the player. But I love this line. It says Cleveland is a refrigerator at offensive guard, and I'm not talking a mini dorm refrigerator either. We're talking commercial refrigeration right here, Jimbo.
Yes, I love it.
It says as he report, he has a legit shot at breaking the bench press record.
This is probably pre-draft, right?
Yeah, this must have been pre-draft. So yeah. The guy is big and the guy is strong.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm sure that him and Brandon Williams are going to have a lot of fun at practice.
Yeah, and in the weight room.
And in the weight room in practice going head to head. So, I mean, at this point, I don't know if we can give an exact grade yet. This is more of our instant reaction. And certainly we'll be back to give a grade. But I'm excited about it so far. The Ravens, we want to build in the trenches and keep doing so. And this is another step to making Lamar feel more comfortable in the pocket. Right?
Absolutely.
Feel more comfortable with the guys in front of him. So I love the pick. I'm excited about it. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they still have to continue to address the offensive line. I think I would not be surprised at all to see the cornerback field just, even though they do have a deep group there, watch out for tight end. Wouldn't be shocked at all there. I mean, there's still a lot of different.
Quinn is still on the board. I mean, we only got, 10 picks to wait?
Man, if Quinn is there, the only thing that would make that interesting is if Quinn is there and they do draft, a center. Where does that leave Bozeman? Where does that leave Cleveland with the presence of Zeitler and I don't know how they can fit him. I'm thinking they need to look tackle here at this point.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But
Stone
let us know what you guys think.
You heard it here.
I wouldn't mind.
Go ahead.
No, I wouldn't mind that at all. I like Big Stone. I mean, the guy's a giant of a man. So. But that's our instant reaction. Yep. You saw it here. Let us know what you guys think. Are you in favor of Mr. Big Ben Cleveland? Would you like to see the Ravens go elsewhere with the pick? And also, how did you deal with sitting around waiting the entire second round and virtually the entire third round until we got to some comp picks to finally see the Ravens make a selection? And we'll be talking.